What if I told you that a tiny USA penny, yes, just 1 cent, could be a hidden piece of American history sitting right in your pocket? This isn't just any coin. It carries the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of strength, unity, and resilience that shaped a nation. Millions have passed through hands without a second glance, but a few could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So before you scroll away, ask yourself, what if the next coin you find changes everything? Hit like, subscribe, and let's uncover the hidden treasures you've been missing. Let's get started. First up in the 1954 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny begins with one of the most iconic figures in American history, Abraham Lincoln, whose legacy was immortalized on U.S. coinage starting in 1909. This small copper coin carries more than just monetary value. It holds history, emotion, and symbolism. By 1954, the wheat penny had already been in circulation for 45 years, representing a period of American resilience through world wars, economic shifts, and cultural transformation. The obverse side of the coin features Lincoln's calm and dignified profile, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse proudly displays 2 wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent, symbolizing prosperity and unity in agriculture. Holding a 1954 wheat penny is like holding a piece of mid-20th century America in your hand. The year 1954 itself was a fascinating time in the United States. The nation was experiencing post-war growth, technological advancement, and shifting social landscapes. These pennies were minted in large quantities, primarily in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, although by 1954, San Francisco had stopped producing cents. The Philadelphia mint coins carried no mint mark, while the Denver coins were marked with a small d. Despite their high mintage, collectors today still seek out these coins due to their historical placement, just a few years before the wheat penny design was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. What makes the 1954 wheat penny particularly interesting is its composition. These coins were made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving them a distinct reddish-brown tone that changes over time. Depending on how the coin has been preserved, it can appear bright red, reddish-brown, or deep brown. Collectors categorize these as RD, red, RB red-brown, and BN brown, and the color can significantly affect the coin's value. A well-preserved red 1954 penny can be far more valuable than a worn brown example, even though both were originally identical when minted. Another fascinating aspect is the role of condition and grading. Professional grading services such as Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company evaluate coins based on factors like luster, strike quality, and wear. A 1954 wheat penny in circulated condition might only be worth a few cents above face value, but in uncirculated condition, especially in grades like MS65 or higher, it can fetch significantly higher prices. Rare high-grade examples, particularly those with full original mint luster, are highly sought after in the numismatic market. Collectors are also drawn to errors and varieties within the 1954 wheat penny series. While not as famous as some earlier era coins, certain 1954 pennies exhibit die cracks, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. These small imperfections can dramatically increase a coin's value and desirability. Error coins tell a unique story about the minting process, revealing the human and mechanical factors behind coin production. For many collectors, discovering such an error is like uncovering hidden treasure. The historical importance of the wheat penny series cannot be overstated. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of a symbolic figure. This decision marked a turning point in American coinage, reflecting a deeper appreciation for national heroes. By 1954, the coin had become a familiar part of everyday life, passing through countless hands in transactions across the country, from small-town shops to bustling city markets. In today's market, the value of a 1954 wheat penny depends on several factors including mint mark, condition, and rarity. A typical circulated coin may only be worth a few cents, but uncirculated examples can range from a few dollars to significantly higher amounts. Coins graded at the highest levels can reach impressive prices at auction, especially if they exhibit exceptional eye appeal. The Denver minted 1954. D pennies are especially common, but finding one in pristine condition remains a challenge. Beyond monetary value, there is a strong emotional and nostalgic appeal attached to these coins. Many collectors remember finding wheat pennies in pocket change during their childhood, sparking a lifelong interest in coin collecting. The 1954 penny represents a simpler time, when a single cent still held purchasing power, and coins were an essential part of daily commerce. Owning one today connects collectors to that era, creating a tangible link between past and present. In conclusion, the 1954 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny is far more than just an old coin. It is a historical artifact, a collector's item, and a symbol of American heritage. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner just starting your journey, this coin offers a fascinating glimpse into the past. Its design, history, and variations make it a compelling piece worth exploring. So the next time you come across a wheat penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small but valuable piece of history in the palm of your hand. Here are 5 additional long paragraphs to extend your script. One often overlooked detail about the 1954 wheat penny is the craftsmanship behind its minting process, which reflects the precision and industrial capability of the mid-20th century United States. Each coin was struck using high-pressure dies that imprinted the design onto copper planchets with remarkable consistency. However, no two coins are ever truly identical. Slight variations in pressure, die wear, and alignment created subtle differences that collectors today carefully examine. These small distinctions, barely noticeable to the untrained eye, can mean the difference between an ordinary coin and a highly desirable collectible. Over time, as dies wore down, later strikes from the same die often appeared weaker, which adds another layer of complexity to grading and valuation. Another compelling factor that draws attention to the 1954 wheat penny is its connection to everyday American life during that era. In 1954, a single cent still had meaningful purchasing power. Children could buy candy, people could contribute exact change in transactions, and coins like this circulated heavily in grocery stores, vending machines, and local businesses. This constant use means that most surviving examples today show significant wear, making well-preserved coins increasingly rare. Every scratch, dent, and discoloration on these coins tells a story of countless exchanges, moments frozen in time that reflect how people lived, spent, and interacted during that period. The transition period surrounding the end of the Wheat Penny series also adds importance to the 1954 issue. Just a few years later, in 1959, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, marking the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This makes the 1954 penny part of the final chapter of the Wheat Penny era, increasing its appeal among collectors who want to complete a full set of this historic series. Coins from the early 1950s, including 1954, represent the closing years of a design that had become deeply embedded in American identity, making them particularly meaningful to numismatists. In the world of coin collecting, demand is often driven not just by rarity, but also by storytelling and historical context. The 1954 wheat penny sits at an interesting intersection. It is common enough to be accessible to new collectors, yet historically rich enough to captivate experienced enthusiasts. This balance makes it a popular entry point for beginners while still holding value for advanced collectors seeking high-grade specimens. Auctions, coin shows, and online marketplaces frequently feature these coins, with pricing that can vary widely depending on condition and certification. The excitement of potentially finding a rare high-grade or error version keeps the hunt alive for collectors around the world. Finally, the enduring legacy of the Wheat Penny series ensures that coins like the 1954 issue will continue to be appreciated for generations to come. As time passes, more coins are lost, damaged, or permanently removed from circulation, gradually increasing the scarcity of well-preserved examples. This natural attrition, combined with growing interest in historical collectibles, suggests that the appeal of the 1954 wheat penny will only strengthen over time. Whether kept as part of a carefully curated collection or discovered unexpectedly in an old jar of coins, it remains a powerful reminder that even the smallest objects can carry immense historical and cultural significance. Next up in the fascinating world of coin collecting, few pieces capture the imagination quite like the 1939 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, a coin that may appear small and ordinary at first glance, yet holds within it a powerful story of American history, economic transition, and enduring legacy. Minted during a time when the world stood on the brink of global conflict, this coin represents far more than its face value. It is a symbol of resilience, craftsmanship, and the everyday lives of millions of people who used it in their daily transactions. The presence of Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse side reminds us of a leader who guided a nation through its most turbulent era, while the reverse design, featuring 2 wheat stalks, reflects the agricultural strength and foundational values of the United States during the early 20th century. The year 1939 itself is incredibly significant, marking the beginning of World War II in Europe, a moment that would soon reshape the entire world politically, economically, and socially. Although the United States had not yet entered the war, the tension and uncertainty were already influencing industries, including coin production. The 1939 wheat penny was minted in a period of cautious stability, just before wartime demands would alter the composition and production priorities of U.S. currency. This gives the coin a unique place in history, as it stands at the threshold between peace and global upheaval, making it especially intriguing for collectors and historians alike who seek tangible connections to that pivotal moment in time. The design of the 1939 wheat penny is both simple and deeply symbolic, showcasing the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of his birth. Created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, this design broke tradition by featuring a real historical figure rather than allegorical imagery, marking a turning point in American coinage. On the reverse side, the 2 wheat ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, along with the motto, E pluribus unum, emphasizing unity and national identity. This wheat design would remain in use until 1958, making coins like the 1939 penny part of a beloved and classic era in U.S. minting history. When it comes to composition, the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny was made primarily of copper, consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it its distinctive reddish-brown appearance when freshly minted. Over time, however, exposure to air, moisture, and handling causes these coins to develop a patina, shifting their color from bright red to a deeper brown or even a mix of both, which collectors often refer to as red-brown, or brown conditions. The condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value with well-preserved specimens, especially those retaining their original luster, being significantly more desirable and valuable in the numismatic market. The 1939 wheat penny was minted in 3 primary locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each producing coins with slight variations and mint marks that collectors carefully examine. Coins minted in Philadelphia bear no mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a small d, and San Francisco coins carry an S. Among these, the 1939 S penny is often considered more sought after due to its relatively lower mintage compared to the Philadelphia issue. Collectors frequently search for high-grade examples from all 3 mints, and assembling a complete set can be both a rewarding and challenging pursuit, especially when aiming for coins in exceptional condition. Value-wise, the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny can range from just a few cents in heavily circulated condition to significantly higher amounts for coins in uncirculated or mint state grades. Rare varieties, such as coins with striking errors or exceptional preservation, can command even higher prices in auctions and private sales. However, it is important to note that not every 1939 penny is extremely valuable. Many remain affordable and accessible, making them an excellent entry point for beginner collectors who want to explore the hobby without a large financial investment. At the same time, seasoned collectors appreciate these coins for their historical significance and the subtle variations that make each piece unique. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting the 1939 wheat penny is the thrill of discovery, as these coins can still occasionally be found in old collections, coin rolls, or even everyday pocket change, although such finds have become increasingly rare. The idea that a small coin, once used to buy everyday items like bread or candy, could now hold historical and collectible value adds a sense of wonder and connection to the past. Each coin carries traces of its journey, tiny scratches, worn edges, and faded details that tell a silent story of the hands it passed through and the lives it touched over decades. Preserving a 1939 wheat penny properly is essential for maintaining its value and condition, and collectors are often advised to avoid cleaning coins, as this can damage the surface and reduce their worth significantly. Instead, coins should be stored in protective holders or albums, kept in a cool, dry environment, and handled carefully by their edges to prevent oils from fingers from affecting the metal. Professional grading services can also authenticate and grade coins, providing an added layer of assurance and often increasing their market appeal among serious collectors and investors. That the 1939 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny also reflects the technological standards and minting precision of its time, showcasing how far coin production had evolved since earlier centuries. The dies used to strike these coins were carefully engraved. Yet due to the limitations of machinery and the high demand for coinage, slight imperfections often appeared, giving each coin a unique identity. These imperfections, whether minor doubling in the lettering, uneven striking pressure, or subtle die cracks, are not flaws in the eyes of collectors, but rather prized characteristics that add individuality and authenticity to each piece, turning what might seem like a simple coin into a subject of detailed study and admiration. Another compelling aspect of the 1939 Wheat Penny lies in its role as a cultural artifact that connects generations through shared history and everyday experiences. During the late 1930s, pennies were commonly used in daily commerce, making this coin a part of countless ordinary transactions, from buying groceries to paying for transportation. Imagining the journey of a single penny, from a freshly minted coin in 1939 to its circulation through decades of economic change, adds a human dimension to its value, reminding us that coins are not just objects but witnesses to history, silently passing through the hands of people living through significant global and national events. Collectors often pay special attention to grading when evaluating a 1939 Wheat Penny, as even the smallest differences in where can dramatically influence its desirability and market price. Coins in lower grades may show significant wear, with details on Lincoln's face appearing smooth and the wheat stalks on the reverse side partially faded, while higher-grade coins retain sharp details, clear lettering, and sometimes even their original mint luster. The grading scale, which ranges from poor to mint state, provides a standardized way to assess these qualities, and understanding this system is essential for anyone looking to buy, sell, or trade coins within the numismatic community. In addition to standard issues, collectors are always on the lookout for rare era varieties from 1939, which can significantly increase a coin's value and appeal. These errors might include off-center strikes, doubled dies, or repunched mint marks, each representing a momentary deviation in the minting process that resulted in something unique. While such error coins are relatively rare, they are highly sought after because they combine historical significance with rarity, making them standout pieces in any collection. The excitement of potentially discovering such an error coin keeps collectors engaged and constantly searching through old collections and coin rolls. Ultimately, the enduring appeal of the 1939 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny lies in its ability to bridge the gap between the past and the present, offering both seasoned collectors and curious newcomers a tangible link to a different era. It serves as a reminder that value is not always measured by size or denomination, but by the stories, craftsmanship, and historical context embedded within an object. As time continues to pass, coins like the 1939 Wheat Penny will only grow more significant, preserving a snapshot of history that future generations can hold in their hands, study, and appreciate for years to come. In the end, the 1939 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny stands as a remarkable piece of history, blending artistry, symbolism, and real-world significance into a single small object that has endured for generations. Whether you are a passionate numismatist or someone who simply appreciates historical artifacts, this coin offers a glimpse into a bygone era, reminding us of the resilience of a nation and the enduring legacy of one of its greatest leaders. Its story continues to captivate collectors around the world, proving that even the smallest pieces of currency can hold immense historical and emotional value when viewed through the lens of time. Next up to in the 1940 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny begins in an era when the world stood on the edge of monumental change, and even the smallest coin carried the weight of history in its design and circulation. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln, this iconic 1-cent coin was the first U.S. currency to feature a real historical figure, breaking away from traditional symbolic imagery. By 1940, the coin had already become a familiar presence in everyday American life, quietly passing from hand to hand during a time marked by economic recovery after the Great Depression and the looming uncertainty of global conflict. The wheat penny, often called the wheat cent, retained its classic look with Lincoln's dignified profile on the obverse, symbolizing unity, perseverance, and the enduring American spirit. On the reverse side of the 1940 penny, the design showcases two elegant wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, a simple yet powerful representation of agricultural strength and national prosperity. This design, crafted by Lithuanian-born sculptor Victor David Brenner, remained unchanged from its debut in 1909 until 1958, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The wheat ears were not just decorative elements. They symbolized growth, abundance, and the backbone of the American economy at the time, farming. Holding a 1940 wheat penny today is like holding a miniature piece of that era, where even a single cent could represent hard work, survival, and hope for a better future. The 1940 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 primary locations: Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, and San Francisco Mint. Coins produced in Philadelphia carried no mint mark, while those from Denver bore a small D, and San Francisco coins displayed an S beneath the date. Each mint contributed millions of pennies to circulation, with Philadelphia striking the largest number. Despite their high mintage, these coins are still highly sought after by collectors, especially in well-preserved condition. The subtle differences between mint marks can significantly impact a coin's value, making each variation an exciting discovery for numismatists who search for rare and pristine examples. In terms of composition, the 1940 wheat penny was made primarily of copper, consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that warm reddish-brown color that many collectors find so appealing. This composition would remain standard until 1943, when wartime needs forced a temporary shift to steel pennies. The weight of the coin is approximately 3.11 grams, and its diameter measures 19 millimeters, making it small but solid in the hand. Over time, exposure to air and handling causes these coins to develop a natural patina, ranging from bright red to deep brown, and this coloration plays a crucial role in determining a coin's grade and market value. When discussing the value of a 1940 Lincoln wheat penny, condition is everything. Coins in heavily circulated condition may only be worth a few cents above face value, but uncirculated specimens with original luster can command significantly higher prices. Collectors often look for coins graded as mint state, where the details remain sharp and the surface shows minimal signs of wear. Additionally, coins with a full red color designation, indicating minimal oxidation, are especially prized. Rare errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, can dramatically increase the value, sometimes turning an ordinary penny into a highly valuable collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Beyond its monetary value, the 1940 wheat penny holds deep historical significance as a witness to a transformative period in global history. Produced just before the United States entered World War II, this coin circulated during a time when Americans were preparing for the challenges ahead, both economically and militarily. It may have been used to buy everyday items like bread, milk, or a newspaper, quietly supporting daily life while the world changed rapidly around it. Each coin carries the invisible stories of the people who used it, workers, families, and soldiers, making it a tangible connection to the past. Collectors are particularly drawn to the 1940 wheat penny because it represents both accessibility and historical depth. Unlike extremely rare coins that are out of reach for most people, the 1940 penny offers a chance for beginners to own a genuine piece of early 20th century American history without a significant financial investment. At the same time, advanced collectors appreciate the challenge of finding high-grade examples or rare mint errors. This balance makes the coin a cornerstone in many collections, bridging the gap between casual interest and serious numismatic study. Another fascinating aspect of the 1940 wheat penny is the subtle variations that can occur during the minting process. Differences in strike quality, die wear, and metal composition can create unique characteristics in each coin, giving collectors endless opportunities to study and compare specimens. Some coins may exhibit sharper details in Lincoln's hair and coat, while others may show softer features due to worn dies. These small nuances add depth to the collecting experience, transforming what might seem like a simple coin into a complex artifact filled with detail and intrigue. That the 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny has also become a subject of fascination in the broader world of numismatics, where experts carefully analyze coins not just for their face value, but for their historical, artistic, and economic significance. Within this field, the 1940 penny is often studied as part of a transitional era between the early 20th century and the wartime period that followed shortly after. Collectors and historians alike examine these coins to better understand minting practices, metal usage, and the subtle design refinements that occurred over time, making this coin a valuable educational tool as well as a collectible item. One cannot fully appreciate the 1940 wheat penny without recognizing the enduring cultural impact of Abraham Lincoln, whose image has graced the coin for over a century. Lincoln's legacy as a leader who guided the United States through the American Civil War and worked to preserve the Union adds a profound layer of meaning to the coin. Every time this penny changed hands, it carried with it a reminder of resilience, unity, and the ideals upon which the nation was built, reinforcing the idea that even everyday objects can reflect the core values of a society. The craftsmanship behind the 1940 wheat penny also highlights the artistic achievements of its designer, Victor David Brenner, whose attention to detail brought Lincoln's portrait to life in a way that was both realistic and respectful. The fine lines of Lincoln's profile, the balanced proportions, and the thoughtful placement of inscriptions demonstrate a level of precision that continues to impress collectors today. Even after decades of circulation, many of these coins still retain enough detail to showcase the skill involved in their creation, proving that coinage can be both functional and artistically significant. In today's collector market, the 1940 wheat penny remains a steady favorite, often appearing in auctions, coin shows, and private collections around the world. While it may not always command the high prices of rarer coins, its consistent demand ensures that it retains a stable place in the hobby. Enthusiasts frequently seek out coins with unique characteristics, such as unusual toning patterns or well-preserved surfaces, adding a layer of personal preference to the collecting experience. This ongoing interest keeps the legacy of the 1940 penny alive, ensuring that it continues to be appreciated by new generations of collectors. Ultimately, the enduring appeal of the 1940 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny lies in its ability to connect the past with the present in a tangible and meaningful way. It serves as a reminder that history is not confined to textbooks or museums, but can be found in the small objects we often overlook. Whether discovered in an old coin jar or carefully preserved in a collection, this penny invites curiosity and reflection, encouraging people to explore the stories behind it and to appreciate the rich tapestry of history that it represents. In the end, the 1940 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny is far more than just a 1-cent coin. It is a symbol of history, craftsmanship, and the enduring legacy of one of America's most respected leaders. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone who has just discovered an old penny in a drawer, this coin invites you to look closer, to appreciate its story, and to imagine the countless journeys it has taken over the decades. Its humble appearance belies its rich heritage, reminding us that even the smallest objects can hold immense historical and cultural value when viewed through the lens of time.